and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabby, and if you're a geek like me, you know it's the time of year for cosplays, and conventions. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a guide on how to make Nymphadora Tonks' wand out of polymer clay and not hot glue, because hot glue is just way too hard to deal with. So, I'm going to be demonstrating how to make this wand in this guide using all the things and mistakes that I originally did to make this video. So hopefully you will learn from my mistakes and be able to make a wand that looks a lot better than this one. Let's hope for that. Just because I was a noob and it looks like a noob made it doesn't mean that you have to be a noob and it looks like a noob made your wand as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So how much would you guys hate me if I just said, I now have apparated into my computer room. Let's talk about materials. First thing that you're going to need, of course, is clay, which I'll talk about in a second. Second thing that you're going to need is dowel rods. Got a pack of 12 from Hobby Lobby. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just whatever's going to get you through. Doesn't have to be incredibly dumb. This next two things are totally optional. The first thing, of course, is this whole tool set. So you do not need this tool set, but if you are fancy like me and just go gung-ho at everything, then go ahead and buy it. I guess it's $20, but if you don't want to buy that, you can use your phalanges, a toothpick, a pencil, whatever the heck that you want to just smooth, shape, and roll clay. It's, you don't need anything super fancy. The next thing that is optional is a glass glaze. I think that the point of this is to, one, for the effect to make it look nice and shiny and I guess cool, maybe manufactured plasticky, I'm not really quite sure. And then I thought the second thing was maybe to preserve the detail and the paint job of your sculpture or wand, whatever have you that you're trying to make. Now I'm not quite so sure because I scratched off some of the paint with my fingernail, so I don't know. Alright, so let's actually get into making this and talking a little bit more about clay. So the clay that I bought is Premo Sculpy, and I bought it just because it had great reviews online and it actually is really great. It has wonderful strength, exceptional flexibility. However, the bad thing is that this is not for beginners. Of course you're like, well, why? It sounds great. It's not for beginners because this clay is as hard as a brick. It hurts your fingers to mold. It's super hard to work with. It takes forever for it to get soft, and it's kind of a nightmare to use, but it is really strong, so there's that upside. Probably Sculpy 3 is the easiest to use and to mold, but it is as brittle as a dry leaf in the desert. I am using Sculpy 3 for a project right now, and there's so many cracks that's happening, and it's getting frustrated, so, it's frustrating. I can't talk, whatever. But I don't think you're going to want to use Sculpy 3 for a one like this, because it's going to have some strength to it. So, in the description box, I will list a video of the sculpture goddess herself, talking about the range of different clays, and just her review on the clays that she has used. So try to find a happy medium between that. Also, for goodness sake, know that clay comes in different colors. You do not have to get white. Save yourself some paint. Get a brown, because that's what color her wand is. You don't have to get a white and then get stuck with a yellow weird wand. If that's what you want. If you want to paint it, I guess that's fine. But just know that, comes in different colors. Alright, so let's get into actually making the wand. Make sure you have plenty of reference pictures of the wand that you have. Since Nymphadora is such an underrated character, she's not that popular, there isn't that many pictures online of her wand. But as a reference, we do know that the end of her wand is based on a pitcher plant leaf. So go ahead and look up that if you want. Find all those reference pictures, know what you're going to be making before you make it. Next is to leave at least 2 inches of the dowel of the, for the leaf part of the wand. I did not do that, so I had a lot of structural issues trying to get this end part to stay. The second thing is that you're going to want to knead the whole block. Yes, whole block. You might even need more. Get it? Need. Which one am I saying? Okay, I'm not funny. Alright, so yes, you're going to want to use the whole thing. What I did was I was kind of apprehensive and scared of this product, to be honest, and used tiny little chunks and just kind of went as I go. No, you need the whole block, the whole thing. It's going to take some time. Give your fingers a workout and make a huge, big, long strip of noodle, thinner at one side, thicker at the bottom where that edge is going to go, the you know, handle thing, and then put it on there, and then knead and shape to your heart's desire. That way you do not have to clean up edges and then keep having to redo stuff. That, yeah, it's just going to save you a whole lot of time and frustration and hassle and headaches at the end. Also, a little tip is that Nymphadora's wand is triangular shaped, so the bottom is completely flat and the two ends come up as a point. Now it's time to pinch, pull, smooth, and shape her wand however you want to look. Do not, for goodness sake, forget to shape the bottom. The bottom of my wand looks like duty because there's tons of little balls of clay that I forgot to smooth out or just stuck to the thing. It's just really gross looking. The front is okay and smooth, but the back, it's just not. So please remember to smooth out the bottom of the clay before you get too far or anything. So if you're noticing a bunch of dirt and stuff all over your wand, you can easily clean your clay and wand by taking rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and just scraping stuff like that as well. Once you finally think that you got the wand to where you want it, but you need you know, to clean up and smooth some edges out, take rubbing alcohol again and use your fingers or some type of tool and to smooth it out. You can also use a toothpick, this is optional of course, or a needle tool to draw on wood grain, and don't think too much about it. Just let your hand move randomly. The more you think about it, the more that, you know, you're gonna keep messing up and gonna make things look too stiff. What just kind of goes with the flow. Don't want to be too stiff. Let's see. So we haven't baked our clay just yet. Right now I'm making the little leaf part, which kind of looks like Mickey Mouse ears, but let's talk about baking. So before you bake, place a sheet of parchment paper on the baking pan and then, you know, place your wand right on top of that. The next thing is you're going to want to cut a sheet of tin foil a little bit longer than your wand, and then you're going to fold the edges down so that way the tin foil just kind of stands up, and then you're going to take that tin foil and place it over top of the wand to make a little tint. And the purpose of that is to make, you know, just kind of make a little tint and some protectiveness from the harsh, I guess, heat of the oven. Also, that's what we're going to do. So, as a note, no, the dowel rod will not catch on fire in the oven. I'll stand the test of time now. And then after baking, you're going to want to let the clay cool down, or else the clay will go into shock. Now what shock is that going from a super hot temperature of 400 degrees and then going to the super coolness of your house is going to cause the clay to be like, what? And then crack. So you don't want your clay to go, what? And crack. So what you're going to do is you're going to just open the oven door partially halfway, not all the way down or anything where people can't get hurt or anything. Turn off your oven and let it cool down slowly and naturally and gradually. And then take out your wand and then you're ready to paint. Once again, we're not to the painting part yet, but I just keep on talking. So for paint, mix paint if you so choose. Hey, please, you know, make sure you use reference. Mine is too yellow, but yeah. Even strokes. You don't have to, you know, rush doing this. Take your time, enjoy it. The next thing is that for the stripes, you can use watered down acrylic paint to make it look like wood stain. So basically the point of that is that your stripes are not going to be fully opaque. So you're going to see a little bit of that undertone of, you see a little bit of the undertone of the paint through the little brown, which I think would probably be cool. I do not do that, but water it down just a little bit and it should be fine. And then finally, seal with 2 coats of gloss if you want to, allowing to dry fully per each coat. And then, boom, you have your wand. Hopefully yours turned out a lot better than mine did. I will link, wait, what? I will link a video down in the description to a better Nymphadora Tonk's wand tutorial. There's no talking and the girl is also in Spanish. But it doesn't really matter, you can see what she's doing and kind of see what I'm talking about. Hers does not curve as much, she kind of just made hers stick straight out. I'm talking about the little end part. So, yes. So, best of luck with you guys trying to make your wand. Make Ollivander proud. I think you just make him cry in shame. And have a good time making your wand, guys. Bye!